Hi, welcome to MartyE.com. What we want to do today is add this TMCC1 engine into the Lionel Legacy system, and we also want to give it a new unique TMCC address. If you got this from the factory or from a Lionel dealer new, it'd be probably come as 1. And if you didn't, it could be anything. But we don't care because we're just going to give it a new address. We don't have to know the address of what it was. We're just going to write right over it. So what we want to do first is locate the program run switch on the bottom of the engine. Now you see my power's off. So now I could go through this. I'm a man. We don't do that stuff. We go right to the bottom of the engine. Seriously though. There's a total of 4 switches: smoke, Odyssey, sounds, and your program run switch. So make sure you locate the program run switch. It'll currently be in run, or it could be in program. If it's in program, leave it there. If it's in run, slide it to program. Put it back on the track. Make sure it's on. Bring up the power. Now currently my remote is sitting at engine 56, which just happens to be my Southern F3 unit. So I'm going to push the engine button. I'm going to push 5 because that's what I want to address that. I want that to be engine 5. It could be any engine number up to 98. And why do I say 98? Because 99 right now is Lionel is starting to reserve that for the all function, and that started out in the Vision line. If you don't have any Vision engines, you can use 99, but I would start getting into practice of 9. So we've had engine, we entered 5, we're going to hit set, the horn will blow, the sounds will start up. And that engine now has an address of 5, but we got to get it back into the run mode. So we're going to set down the cab or the legacy remote, turn it off, find that program run switch, switch it back over to run. Put your engine back on the track. Bring up the power. Now, here's kind of a cool thing about Lionel Legacy. That engine doesn't, for everything we do from here on out, adding the information into the remote, the engine really doesn't have to be on, but we're going to leave it on. Now, make sure, once again, before you add any information, that you are indeed selected to engine 5. Now, an easy way to do this is push engine 5 again on your remote, blow a horn. Do something, make sure you're talking to that engine. So we know we're talking to engine 5. I'm going to shut that down so you can hear. There's the info button, which is right here on your remote. I'm going to push that, and it gives you all sorts of options right now. But the first thing we want to do is install the generic Lionel TMCC1 diesel module that came. Now this, people called it cream, they call it white, tan. It doesn't really matter what color it is. It's the lighter of the ones that are in the box. It's not orange, it's not blue, it's cream. So install that, and right away the screen will change and ask you, do you want to load the generic module? We certainly do, so we hit yes. Now it prompts me to remove the module. Now, here's where we got to do some work. We want to assign a name. So we hit name. Now, when we loaded the module, it came up with TMCC1 diesel in the name. I'm going to delete that using the delete key. And I'm going to call this, for ease sake, X, Y, and Z. So X add, Y add, and Z add. Can be anything. Normally I'd call it Lackawanna, but I don't got that much time. So you have your icons. You can scroll back and forth through all the letters, add, delete, whatever you need to do. So right now it's prompting me to go next. Entered name XYZ. Now it wants a road number. What the road number is the cab number. It'll be 850 in this example. So I'm going to hit 850. Set. And now here's where we got to do a little bit more work. First, we're going to check some things, and we're going to do work. So the type of diesel, or the type of engine, it's a diesel. The generic module loaded that for us. There's lots of options here. You can go exploring just by pushing the buttons underneath here. There's a little arrow down that gives you more options. But for this example, the module already loaded diesel, we're going to stay there. Control type. The module automatically loads Lionel TMCC mode. Cab 1 mode operates just like a Cab 1. TMCC mode will give you some additional icons and actually has the remote talk and absolute speed steps, so you get a better control of your engines. Or legacy. TMCC1 engine will not work with legacy settings, so make sure that's on TMCC1 or Cab 1. Rail sounds, or sound type. Now, once again, you have many options. You have no sound, rail sounds 5, legacy rail sounds. You got to know what your engine is. I looked on the flap of the box. I know it's rail sounds 5. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to hit info. Now you can see I have XYZ, engine 5. I have the icons. If I push engine, I get the startup icon and the shutdown icon. So we're going to start that engine up. Comes up. I have now all the icons. I have the speed steps, plus and minus, smoke off and on, respectively. Using the select button, I can call it up by road number, 850 engine. And that's how simple it is to add a TMCC1 engine into the Lionel Legacy system. It takes a little work, it takes a little homework to know what type of rail sounds it has, and you know, you got to add your road number and you got to add your name, unlike the legacy engines, which has all that information stored on the orange module. But very simple, and we can move that engine on. So I hope that helps you along to change an ID and add a generic TMCC1 engine into the remote system.